let's call this, here we go. So when we talk about speed, we can turn around and say speed is how fast you're going. However, it doesn't tell me which direction. You could be going to my left, you could be going to my right. So the difference between speed and velocity is velocity tells you which direction as well as speed. Now, the problem with kilograms is, actually, there is no directions. Kilograms is just how much mass, how much stuff you're made of. So these are scalar quantities. And I wanted to go through and just go through things that are scalar quantities that we can bring up. Mass, energy, volume. They don't have direction. Density doesn't, temperature doesn't, power doesn't, distance doesn't, and speed doesn't. Now, this is interesting. Distance doesn't have direction. There is the vector version of it, and that is called displacement. All right? And these two are very different. So vectors have magnitude and direction. Watch out for your scalars. Vector examples, the ones to watch out for is displacement and distance. And kind of a nice way to look at that is if this is your house and supermarket like Tesco's is over there and it's 1 kilometre away, and I turn around and say, right, dude, you've gone to Tesco's and back. The distance you've travelled is 1 kilometre to Tesco's and 1 kilometre back. So total distance you've travelled is 2 kilometres. However, displacement is how far you are away from your starting point. So if you started here, H at home, and here is Tesco's T, and I said to you, you've gone to Tesco's and you come back, what is your displacement? Your displacement is 0 kilometres. It is the distance away from your starting point, and it is a vector. All right. So these are examples of what I've just spoken about. Now, vectors we can represent as arrows. Okay. Now, the really cool thing is you can split a vector up into a right angle triangle and use Pythagoras. If this is 3, this is 4, this is a Pythagorean triple. 5 would be your magnitude. So if this was speed, 5 would be your speed. Your velocity would be 3, 4, given as coordinates, right? Because this is direction. Okay. Mass, as I said, just be careful, only has how much matter you're made of. Weight doesn't. Generally speaking, and I'm saying generally speaking because we tend to talk about the Earth, vectors, weight is a vector because the direction is towards the center of the Earth. Now let's be careful with this. Which way does gravity pull you? The number of students that will write down and I'll give them 0 marks. No, it's towards the center because if you're in Australia, you're pulled this way, towards the center, not down. All right. So you got 10 easy questions. That's where you start on. Let's rock and roll.